Yo, guys, Justin James with the 10-7 here. And I've been watching the Theo Von show. Some Theo Von clips this morning. Isreal Adesanya made an appearance. I've read it on MMA Junkie that he says he wants the fight back with Sean Strickland. Now, if you guys remember, Isreal Adesanya, former UFC champion, took on my teammate Sean Strickland. And like I've always said, Sean, one of the most deserving and hardest working guys in the gym, took the opportunity and defeated Isreal Adesanya to claim the UFC championship. Guys, since that has happened, unfortunately for Isreal Adesanya, he has not been able to put together any wins. You know, Isreal took on Alex Pereira, got knocked out, as you guys know, lost the belt, got an almost immediate rematch, retained the belt by knocking out Alex Pereira back. But unfortunately, since then, Isreal Adesanya has not had a win, including his loss to Sean Strickland. Now we're looking at the opposition, Sean Strickland, Extreme Couture fighter, one of my favorite fighters. Since beating Isreal, he's lost to Dricus. He lost his belt to Dricus in the first fight. Then he beat Paul Acosta, and then he just had another opportunity at Dricus, and unfortunately, he came up short. You know, I think this is an incredible matchup. This is an exciting matchup. You know, we got the style bender, you know, world-class striker going against, you know, Sean Strickland, who is, a lot of people say his style is boring, but it's really not. And I tell you what, when you see Sean in the gym, the way he walks guys down, I mean, he's inviting guys to fight. You know, and I know his last performance wasn't great, but he had a broken nose, a shattered nose, and a broken arm, guys. And fighting when you're that compromised and still being able to go 5 rounds, Sean Strickland is an animal. He loves to fight. But I tell you what, when you got injuries like that and you're battling, man, I've fought with a broken foot. I've fought with a broken hand. I mean, it's just not an ideal situation, especially when you're going up against the best fighters in the world, you know, like Dricus du Plessis. Man, DDP is the UFC champion, the defending UFC champion. But enough with that. Back to this matchup, Isreal Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. I think Isreal has done enough in the sport and for the UFC to get this rematch. You know, both guys, you know, Sean's 1-2 out of his last 3. Isreal is like 1-4 out of his last 5. His last win coming by knocking out Alex Pereira. But like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, since that's happened, you know, he hasn't been able to string together a win. He's been finished a bunch. He got TKO'd in his last fight. He got submitted by DDP. You know, he lost a decision to Sean Strickland. Like, I think this is the fight to make for the UFC. I think this is the fight the fans want to see. And, you know, there's so many Isreal Adesanya fans out there that want him to get this loss back. Now, as much as I am a fan of Isreal Adesanya, I'm more of a fan of Sean Strickland. You know, and a lot of people online talk about, you know, Sean beating Isreal. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. I really don't think it was a fluke. You know, the way Sean comes forward with his teeps and his straight punches, I think Isreal just had a really hard time figuring it out. Now, moving forward, you know, Sean doesn't really change his style. It's pretty set each way. Maybe Isreal has an idea of how to beat. You know, maybe he's watched Dricus. You watch what Dricus has done, you know, twice in a row now to beat Sean. Maybe he's going to take a page out of his book. Who knows, guys? But like I'm saying, in my opinion, this fight needs to happen. I want Sean Strickland to go in there and show the world him beating Isreal Adesanya was not a fluke. Sean is a world-class fighter, and he has world-class work ethic. Guys, tell me what you think in the comments. Like I said, I saw this on MMA Junkie. I saw this on Theo Von. This is what Isreal Adesanya is wanting. This is, and again, he's done enough for the UFC. He has the opportunity now to call his shots, and the Sean Strickland matchup is the one he wants. Tell me what you think in the comments.